guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review of For Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 8, Episode 13, St. Maarten, Part 1. And the episode, it starts, wait, before I get any further, please watch my video for my review on the Grammys. I do agree that SZA should have won as far as if you're talking about new up-and-coming hot artist. But again, I'm not upset that Alessia Cara won because Alessia Cara has also been putting in work for the past couple of years. We know the people who were looking at the Grammys last night felt like, oh, well, what about recent stuff? She's had recent radio stuff. Maybe not recent radio stuff that, if you don't listen to pop radio, you didn't hear, but I did. So, but the Grammys, they went with what they felt was a safe pick, and they do that a lot. So that's what it is there. Still feel a certain way about Jay-Z not getting anything, but at least he lost to, you know, it was a good competition. It wasn't like, oh, how did that even possibly happen? No. Shout out to Blue Ivy for stealing the night. The Carters were the most talked about, even though they didn't do a single thing. That is power and influence. And also shows how entertaining, you know, the shows were. Shout out to Rihanna for her Wild Thoughts musically. I mean, for her performance, because it looked good. She looked good. The camera did a horrible job of not making sure to just focus on her, because that's all we wanted to see. Was there anything else I missed? Yeah. So see, I'm doing all this talking because this really wasn't much. So it starts out with the fight. And Bianca feels a certain way because I forgot what Bree said, but Bree said something about, you know, not really starting something with you. The only reason why I did something is because I put in the music because I heard that you were saying this and doing that, and I saw the text messages. And so that's when Bianca went and charged, and I'm like, what? So now it's Dream Doll, and she's arguing with Mariah Lynn. And one's talking about, Mariah Lynn talked about how she's going to sit in Safari's face, and that Dream Doll's like, look, your career's dead. And I'm thinking, this is so stupid. So ladies were separated. Remy went to talk to Mariah Lynn, say, first off, in Remy's mind, she's thinking, I can't work with this girl. I can't work with her. But she was telling Mariah Lynn, what are you doing? You can't go and have these type of confrontations. And I know a lot of people are like, wow, coming from Remy. But no, that's who you should listen to. You should look at, whoa, things would be different if you stopped doing this and stopped doing that. So yeah, I will listen to you because you know what you're talking about. While that's going on, because she was just trying to say, how are you fighting your friend's battles when it's not a detriment. It's a detriment to you and your career and what you're trying to do. And be very clear. Why are you stopping your bag because of someone else? And it's for petty stuff. And then Yandy, she was talking to Bree and Dream Doll, and she still invited them to St. Maarten. That was the interesting part. She still invited them to St. Maarten. She still decided, you know what, I'm going to go, and they want to help, then they'll help. And the thing is, I know a lot of people initially felt a certain way because they were thinking, wow, you really going to go and you really going to invite this girl, which it looked like maybe you were trying to court her business-wise anyway, since Bianca is gone. And it just looked a little shifty and shaky. I do agree. But let's move on. Remy talks to Pap, and Pap doesn't want Remy going because Remy's supposed to be doing IVF, or starting the IVF treatment. And I find it interesting because Remy, at least as far as we know at this point, definitely doesn't look pregnant at all. And so I wonder what happened with that. But Pap says, no, you can't be going and traveling and do all this stuff when you're supposed to be on the schedule. So Remy won't be able to go. Anais and Jonathan showed to a club, and Anais had this bomb bodysuit on. I said, look at Anais. Now that's nice. I don't care what it says. That looks good. It does. Not really sure it's the whole point of that, but it looks good. Oh, sidebar. Any of you guys who have Sprint, I have Sprint. as long as you have an unlimited plan, now their free Hulu package is for everyone who has an unlimited plan, not just if you have a newer unlimited plan. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So now, Jonathan and Anais start at the club with Yandy, and was Gugu there? Yeah. And she's inviting them to Puerto Rico. She's inviting them there. It's a little weird because Yandy talks about how she's such close friends with Jonathan. You can tell Anais is territorial with her friendship regarding Jonathan. But Anais, of course, wants to go because it's for a great cause. And it's a little weird because next thing we know, a DJ's like, Anais in the building. Come on, drop that new track on us. Drop that Have Fire on us. Come on now. Come on now. So then she gets up there and I said, here we go. And then I heard, wait a minute, I said, what the, this is what? Hey. I was like, am I hearing vocals? This sounds like a real song? I said, but, wait a minute. What? Sometimes I feel like Anais puts on with her accent, because I'm hearing her sometimes, and then she kind of goes in and out of it. I don't know if it's because it's put on, or just because she's naturally, or because she's bilingual, and that's just how hers comes and goes depending on the words, or whatever. But Yandy meets up again with Remy to kind of talk about how things didn't go so well. It's a mess. And Remy says, sorry, I can't join. I have to do the IVF. And of course, Yandy understands. What's she going to say? Oh my God, you're being so... No. Safari, he's there with his coat. So is Pap with their furs, as I like to call it, their furs. And Safari, he's of course coming, but you know it's not just going to be him. Everyone's inviting a friend. Everyone is inviting a friend. I said, we're doing too much inviting a friend. At this point, the whole cast is coming. I'm thinking, who's paying for that? So now Navarro, remember, Fetty Wap still has an open contract with Viacom and Love and Hip Hop in general. From when he was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So it's not surprising that we see him again. And it's always a good look for him to keep his name out there. It wasn't for a good reason. It was for a court case. So Navarro was there. But Navarro has to go and meet up with Ashley because she has a, what's it called? A prenatal appointment. And the thing is, Ashley is definitely visibly pregnant at this point. And they're just going to be a happy, loving family. And it was like the petty stuff that was going on. No one's cheating. A big misunderstanding. Ashley's like, I'm glad I calmed down because obviously it wasn't good for the baby. So Juju comes to the club. I said, Cam, you really couldn't work it out? Man. Safari's there and everyone else starts to come. And when I say everyone else, Jacquet and Cayenne. So this is where Cayenne meets Juju and wants to say, so here's what happened. Because I'm sure you've heard some things, but here's what actually happened. Sophia the Body wanted to go and see if she can go and talk slick and talk mess to me. And that wasn't going to work. I don't know who she thought she was playing with, but she was playing with the wrong one. She was dealing with the wrong one. And she got testy, and I felt like I was being tested. So I tested her response. And the hands went up flying, and that's what had to happen. And of course, Juju's looking at this like, oh God, really? But you seem cool enough, so I'm just going to have to let it fly. Anyway, Safari invites Jacquet and Cayenne. Now I'm thinking, at this point, who isn't going? Pretty much, Creep Squad isn't going. That's the only people at this point in the cast that aren't going. So now, Yandy and Juju, they're talking again. And Yandy looks confused. Why? Yeah. So now Yandy's called up to speed, knowing that Jacquet is also coming. And it's just a lot. Because remember, everyone partially has an issue with everyone else to a certain degree. It's that type of show. So we're supposed to be doing this thing for charity, but we'll see. Next up, Mariah Lynn's talking to DJ Self. And again, it's all about the dang, you're always caught up in some mess. But this time, I think I have a solution. Yandy's supposed to be planning this trip. It's supposed to be this empowerment trip to St. Maarten to empower the people. And you're still invited. You weren't personally invited by Yandy, maybe, but you are still invited. Because remember, Bianca isn't. She's not allowed to go. And the stipulation is there is going to be a song. It's going to be a song with Safari. It's his song because he wants to donate part of the proceeds to, helping St. Maarten, I guess, the rest of the Caribbean rebuild. So that's well enough. And he's going to invite, essentially, all the Jacquet and a couple of the female rappers to go and remix the song. And I said, that's actually a decent idea. The problem is they don't like each other. See, this is when this dumb petty mess comes and messes up a great opportunity, because since everyone's on the same accord, they can't really come together. Sidebar, when they got to St. Maarten, shout out to the landscape period, because it was still beautiful. Obviously, I've been there multiple times before, but it was still beautiful. The beach was still there. The water was still crisp. But there was a lot of devastation, as we saw as well. Now, Yandy's there. She's there with Bree and Jake and Jonathan. And here comes Anais in a one-piece bathing suit that says Savage, while they're trying to get something to drink, while they're trying to do some packing and organizing for his trip. And Jonathan's like, okay, come on over here. Yandy wanted her to, Anais to come over to help and assist. Clearly, Anais wasn't in the mood to do so, but Anais started to get huffy and get upset with Yandy and Jonathan because she felt like Jonathan was playing her in front of Yandy. It's like, you're my family. You're my friend. Why are you letting someone who I don't even know like that go and try and play me? It's trying to make it into something that it's not. But anyway, we have Team B come along. That's Safari, Jacquet, Juju, and I feel like someone's missing. Where's Mariah Lynn? Okay, and Mariah Lynn. So they're going to go and separate. Well, Mariah Lynn, she realizes that there's going to be some problems. Because once she hears that Cayenne's coming, because Cayenne, I guess, had to do some stuff with... I didn't know Cayenne had a child. Or maybe I did. I forgot. But she was getting things in order here in New York before going to St. Maarten. And so she's coming. Obviously, Mariah Lynn knows that that's going to cause some problems since there's a couple other cast members that are going to be here. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Personalities and whatnot. No, that's not going to work out too well. So since Bianca wasn't invited, she has to stay in New York. And I'm thinking, honestly, at this point, you really couldn't have Bianca there. Really? I'm sorry, but for something like this, Bianca really couldn't come. She really couldn't just stay with Juju and Safari and them and do stuff on one side, even though it's just stupid it has to be that way. But shout out to Hennessy. Yes, Cardi B's sister is back. She's done with fashion school. And I said Hennessy. Hennessy. How cold is it there? Because she comes in this leather jacket. No, not this leather jacket. This like latex jacket or latex outfit, and with a short skirt or shorts or whatever. And I'm thinking with part of the thigh out. And I said, Hennessy. Now, if you catch a cold... Anyway, so they're going and talking about how everything's transpired and how everyone's there. And she's here because apparently she can't go and control herself, even though everyone else is acting the bum fool. And Hennessy's just like, look, you can't let anyone play you, but you can't let anyone else stop your bag either. So you need to find a balance. But I do understand about making sure that someone doesn't go and disrespect. I'm thinking, okay. All right. How many more episodes do we have? This is episode 13. All right. Now they're there in St. Maarten. They're giving out, they're actually right by a school. And I thought that was really good. That was really good. They were by a school. They're on two sides. And they're delivering food. And everyone was just really happy. Because that's how it is when stuff happens. In order to make sure the kids have a sense of normalcy, you still have to go and act like, will acknowledge that, yes, these things have changed, but you still have to go to school, you still have to do your homework, you still have to do this, still have to do that. That's very realistic. So I'm just happy that they were there to actually do something positive. But NIEs couldn't leave well enough alone. She wanted to go and talk to Yandy about what happened yesterday. So Yandy was talking to Safari, but Safari had to go. Long story short, Anais feels played. She feels sunned. She feels like she came here with positive intentions and that Yandy was over there trying to act like she would go, that Anais wasn't there for the right intentions. Like, you don't even know me. You don't even know me. And then Anais is like, huh? Don't overdo it. Don't do too much because I'm not the one. And, you know, because I'm crazy. So we can be cool and cordial. I'm thinking, we're really doing this? We're really doing this. So nothing was really solved. An argument didn't get to a place of an argument. Anais just was talking to dead air or open air and open space at that point while Yandy was walking away like, oh, you can walk away, but it's not over. If you have a problem with me, okay. Please like, comment, subscribe, come back next week. Next week, I'll do my regular green screen stuff. When this stuff like this, I don't put it in that.